Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Tuesday, September the 20th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Flip-flop trade. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Yesterday, by request, I talked about the higher low, lower high trade. So today, since I just sent out those donationals that had the flip-flop indicators, I thought I should go over the flip-flop trade again. And let's see. So here on the 1 minute chart, I have the flip-flop indicator loaded here. I have smart ranges over here, and then I have a bar stats FF there. And so you can see here how many times you get flip-flops. And so that's one flip-flop, so that would be a flip-flop. Two flip-flops, let's see if I can find it. You've got a flip and then a flop, so that would, but actually then you had another flip. So that would be three flip-flops. So what you can see here, as you get to about 4 or 5, then out of the last 480 minutes, you don't get many. So what does that tell you? One, these means price is ranging. But when you get down to here, you can see after about somewhere between 3, 4, 5 flip-flops, price is most likely going to break out. And so what we had here was we had a flip from this candle. Let me see. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So right here we had a flip, then we had a flop. So the way I have this set up is it always puts the lines at the high and low of the flop candle. So this is a flip flop, flip flop. So right here, this candle high low, and you can see here it broke out of that. But then we had another flip flop, the flip to flop, and then you see here we had a breakout. So we had some, and you can look at the chart, you can see we had some ranging in here, and then it broke out. And then right here, we had a flip, and then price broke out of that flip-flop box. So how do you trade this? Well, once again, you either identify that price has been ranging, and you look for a breakout, or a reversal. And so Walmall he loves this. He's just been tearing up the flip-flops. And what he likes to see is he likes to trade from the top of the range to the bottom and then back up. So we'll see here if in the next 10 minutes how many of those type of trades we can see. Now, one of the things I also like to remember is the buzzer reversals. How many in a row? You get 3 or more in a row, chances are the color is going to turn. So there was 3 down, and I think they call that the 3 black crows, 3 white crows also. And then here, and now we've got 4 coming back down. But one thing to note, and this is why it's important to know your numbers. So here's the daily open. That's why I like to have certain horizontal lines on the chart. So this is today's daily open, this is yesterday's, this is today's low. So I know where I am, and I know what type of trade to employ at the time. So right here, this move here, we went across the daily open, but then you could see here, price peaked, started to reverse, and once again, you just trade what you see, candle color at the line, and you take your chances. So for example, if you would have taken this trade, it stopped, reversed, and maybe went long and started to break this line, maybe you just stop out and reverse. or you could put a hedge on if your broker allows hedging. But I also know, see here, we're definitely in the rat zone, only 8 pips off the low. And that's one of the reasons I added the distance from close to the line here. So I know how far it is. I know when I'm in the rat zone. I know if I'm in the buy zone, short zone. So here from the daily open, from between -8 and -10, that was another place to look to go short because price likes the range. And one other thing, let me flip over to the daily chart just for the heck of it. You can see here the range is only 54.8 for today. That's in the 1 percentile. So price needs the range, even though it might stay low. So here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're starting to get the flip. So we got the flip, flop. So we'll just have to wait and see, let this bar close. And I just noticed I don't have any of my time indicators on this particular chart. And we can look at the Walmart chart. We've got 21 minutes left in this half hour. In the 5 minute, it's going to end shortly. And just looking here, I can see that's a return bar. We had lots of return bars. Walmart's on vacation again, so that's why he's not on the video. And if you're wondering, yeah, he's taken a couple in a row. He deserves it. He earned it. But actually, he got lucky and won a vacation stay. So he's living high on the hog right now. He's in the presidential suite overlooking the water somewhere. So, but I'll let him tell the story when he gets back. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. 7 in a row right there. That's why I like to have this indicator, so I don't have to count. I can just look and see. So, do we reverse? One of the things I usually don't like to fade the this bar here, because that's a momentum bar. Yes, it's a return bar, but a lot of times the momentum of that downward move will go. So let's just say this is about what, 12 pips, 14. So this candle could go at least 7 pips this direction before it starts to think about reversing. So you just have to, once again, trade what you see, but I'm not so anxious to jump in to this long trade, and you can see why. So we got 2.93, and I said maybe about 7. So somewhere probably 7 is 50% of that bar. So what would be, so 3.5. Yeah, somewhere between 3.5 and 7 is what I would look for. Somewhere between 25% and 50% of that bar before a reversal. And that's just kind of rule of thumb. As you can see, it broke that previous low, so it's making lower lows. We're only 3 pips off the low here, off the daily low. So we haven't created another flip-flop. And one of the things is, if now we've got a new flip-flop, so you see how the box moved down, so now it's going to come back and go the other way, possibly. So what Walmart would probably do is, I would imagine he would take a along here. Maybe not. We're testing the lows, push down. Actually, now that I think about it, knowing him, he probably would have shorted that line, or he would have shorted that previous daily low. He likes to take those breakouts. He's much better at it than I am at those high-low breakouts. I guess because I'm a rat at heart and I'm always looking for the reversal. But I've had my fingers burned enough to know not to do that. So as I mentioned before, this was a return bar, but it's also momentum, and you should probably let it go at least 7, about 50%, which was 7. Well, you see it hit 8. And so that's why I wouldn't have taken that long. Now, and in this particular case, that would have worked out if you would have reversed. That would have worked out if you would have reversed. But just as a rule of thumb, something to be careful of, maybe wait and see, give it a minute. So now we're getting ready to come out of the lower wick zone of yesterday's candle. There's yesterday's low, yesterday's open. Yesterday was red, so this is the top of the wick zone, and now it's starting to go the other way. And right there, you'd be worth 3 pips. And knowing Walmart, he might have taken the breakout here, the previous H1 low, and picked up another couple of pips. It's funny because we've been trading together so long, but we trade differently, but we know what the other guy's doing. And what's really funny is I'll be going long and he'll be going short. We do that a lot of the time. And so here on this flip-flop box, because it was right near that wick zone, there was a trade to take the long. So right now, price isn't ranging so much within the flip-flop boxes as it is just in this chart area here. So it's been ranging a lot between the 10 and 20, and then it just broke out, or actually about the 8, 7, I guess 7 and 20 is where it's been ranging. So that's how you can trade the flip-flop boxes. And I call them boxes because that's what Walmart likes to call them. And so here we have another breakout, or a slight breakout of that flip-flop box. So, fellow traders, if you have any questions on any of the methods that I present, feel free to ask. You can put replies in YouTube. But, we got a couple people out there talking about crypto, doing crypto in their YouTube replies. I have to get rid of them. And you can see here, looking at flip-flop. And the other thing is, this box is only about four pips in range. Usually like to have maybe a little bit bigger if you can. So, fellow traders, as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.